Hey everyone, welcome to Mindful Mindsets. It's Wednesday and that means it's story time. So a funny thought that I just had before recording this is these are all practice videos for my channel that I want to grow, and I kind of had an idea that I would do an activity on Mondays, a story on Wednesdays, and then kind of a talk on Fridays. So I said, all right, let's practice this and say, hey, it's Wednesday, so it's story time. And then I thought, wow, it actually is Wednesday. How about that? That worked out really nicely. So it actually is Wednesday when I'm recording this, and that means it's story time. So this story is a story about Ajahn Chah, who taught in Thailand. He was a really important monk, and when he died, actually over 10,000 people came to his funeral, including the King of Thailand, so he was a really big deal. And in Thailand, monks are very, very revered, and oftentimes they're thought of as having special powers. So Ajahn Chah didn't teach that, but he did often seem to have special powers because he was so mindful. He was really good at reading other people's minds. Apparently it's actually not that difficult if you're mindful, and he would often joke, even if I could read your mind, why would I want to read that nonsense? So one of the villagers who came to his temple every day, he always gave them food on alms rounds, he really wanted to know his future. And most of the disciples in this monastery really thought that Ajahn Chah could predict the future. So he begged and pleaded and said, come on, I come here every day, I help you guys out, you have to tell me my future, you have to tell me my future. And Ajahn Chah dismissed him and said, no, I don't do that, I'm not going to tell you your future. But he kept on pestering him, and so finally Ajahn Chah relented and said, okay, I will tell you your future. And so the man was so excited, and he said, come to my hut in 2 days' time, and I will read your palm, and I'll tell you your future. So the man gathered everything. He thought he was going to buy a lottery ticket. He was so excited. And he finally went to Ajahn Chah's hut. And Ajahn Chah said, give me your hand. And he looked at his hand. And so slowly he began tracing. And every now and then he'd go, and he did this for a half hour. He very slowly moved his finger along the man's palm, every couple of minutes stopping and going, and sometimes going, whoop. So finally, after a half hour, he held the man's hand and said, your future is uncertain. And of course, all of our futures are uncertain. The man never pestered him again to tell him his future. But that is such an important lesson because all of our futures are uncertain. The future of the economy, the future of the country, the future of you is all uncertain. So if we embrace that uncertainty, we will be much more mindful and much happier. In fact, I was just thinking the other day that expectations about the future often make it worse. I was thinking, when somebody builds up a movie really big for you, it often doesn't live up to it and you don't like it. On the other hand, if you go in with an attitude that this movie's going to suck, it tends to not be very good. Once in a while, it may exceed your expectations and you enjoy it, but usually we enjoy things more when we go in with very little expectations. I don't want to say low expectations, but to lessen our expectations, to not have as many expectations. So don't have high expectations necessarily, don't have low expectations, but try to not have too many expectations in general. So embrace the uncertainty of life, embrace the uncertainty of your future, and we'll see you next time.